Hey everyone, it's me, Road. Welcome back to my channel. Are you guys ready for an awesome adventure today? We're going to do something super cool. We are going to jump into my amazing time machine and travel back through history. That's right. We're going to explore all the incredible, surprising, and totally epic things that happened on one special day. October 25th. It's like a secret treasure chest of history, and we're going to unlock it together. Get ready to discover some fun and surprising secrets from history that all happened on this one day. We're talking about huge battles with knights in shining armor, brave soldiers on an epic charge, a super famous artist who painted in a totally new way, a message that traveled faster than a horse for the very first time, and even a rocket ship blasting off into space. It's going to be so much fun learning about all these different moments from the past. Are you excited? I know I am. So buckle up, make sure your seatbelt is on tight, and get ready for the countdown. Our time machine adventure is about to begin. Let's jump into our time machine and explore. First stop, a long time ago in a place called France. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Whoa! Whoa! Here we are, way back in the year 1415. Look at all these fields and knights in shiny armor. This is the Battle of Agincourt. It was a super famous battle between the English army and the French army. The English army was led by a king named Henry V. The crazy part is, the English army was way smaller than the French army. Everyone thought they were going to lose for sure. It was like a little league team playing against the world champions. But King Henry V had a secret weapon. It wasn't a giant catapult or a dragon, it was the English longbow. These bows were super tall, almost as tall as a person, and they could shoot arrows really far and really fast. The English archers were experts and they practiced all the time. When the French knights in their heavy armor started charging across the muddy field, the English archers let their arrows fly. It was like a giant rainstorm, but with arrows. The arrows flew through the air and caused a huge mess for the French army. The muddy ground made it super hard for the French knights to move, and the English soldiers were able to win the battle even though there were so few of them. It was a huge surprise victory, and it showed everyone how powerful the longbow was. This battle changed how wars were fought and made King Henry V a hero in England. People still tell stories and even make movies about this incredible, muddy, and amazing battle today. Okay, time machine. Let's jump forward a few hundred years. Zoom! Here we are in 1854, during something called the Crimean War. We're here to learn about a group of super brave soldiers called the Light Brigade. They were part of the British Army, and their job was to ride horses into battle. They were called the Light Brigade because they had lighter armor and faster horses, perfect for quick missions. On this day, October 25th, they were given an order to charge. The problem was, there was a big mix-up, a misunderstanding. The order they got was a little confusing, and it sent them charging in the wrong direction. Instead of charging at the enemy they were supposed to fight, they ended up riding straight towards a different part of the enemy army that was waiting for them with giant cannons. Imagine riding your bike right towards a whole bunch of giant water balloon launchers. It was a very dangerous situation for these brave soldiers. Even though they knew it was a mistake and incredibly dangerous, the soldiers of the Light Brigade were so brave and loyal that they followed their orders anyway. They charged forward on their horses right into the cannon fire. It was a very sad and tragic event because many of the brave soldiers and their horses were hurt. But the story of their courage became super famous. A famous poet even wrote a poem about them so that no one would ever forget how brave the charge of the Light Brigade was. Alright, let's go somewhere a little more colorful. Time machine, take us to 1881. We're in Spain, and on this day, October 25th, a baby was born who would grow up to be one of the most famous artists in the whole wide world. His name was Pablo Picasso. From the time he was a little kid, just like you, he loved to draw and paint. His dad was an art teacher and saw that Pablo was super talented. He could draw things that looked real before he could even talk properly. As Picasso grew up, he didn't want to just paint things the way everyone else did. He wanted to be different. He invented a whole new way of painting called cubism. Imagine taking a picture of a toy, cutting it up into different shapes like squares, triangles, and circles, and then gluing it back together so you can see the front, the back, and the sides all at the same time. That's kind of what cubism is like. It looks a little weird and wacky, but it's super creative. Picasso made thousands and thousands of artworks in his life, including paintings, drawings, and even sculptures made out of junk he found. He was always trying new things and changing his style, which is why he is so famous. He showed everyone that art doesn't have to look perfect or real. It can be about your ideas and feelings. So every October 25th, we can say happy birthday to the amazing artist who painted the world in a whole new way. Okay, let's switch gears from art to technology. Time machine to America in the year 1861. Whoosh! Before this day, if you wanted to send a message from one side of America, like New York, to the other side, like California, it took a really, really long time. You had to give your letter to someone on a horse called the Pony Express, and they would ride for days and days and days to deliver it. It could take more than a week to get a short message across the country. But on October 25th, 1861, everything changed. On this day, workers finished building the very first transcontinental telegraph line. What's a telegraph? It was like the first version of texting. It was a super long wire that stretched all the way across the United States. People could send messages using a special code of dots and dashes called Morse code. These messages traveled through the wire at the speed of electricity, which is super duper fast. Suddenly, a message that used to take 10 days to deliver could be sent in just a few minutes. Can you imagine? It was a huge deal. It connected the whole country like never before. The president could send messages to generals in faraway places instantly. Families could hear news from relatives across the country on the same day. This invention made the world feel a lot smaller and was a giant leap forward in how we all talk to each other. The telegraph was the internet of its time. For our last stop, we're going somewhere out of this world. Time machine engage. To the year 1968. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. We are here for the launch of a spacecraft called Soyuz 2. This was a mission from a country called the Soviet Union, which is now Russia. The Soyuz spacecraft were a really important part of the space race, which was a competition to see who could explore space first. They were designed to take astronauts, or cosmonauts as they were called, up into orbit around the Earth. Now, this specific mission, Soyuz 2, was a little different. It was an uncrewed mission, which means there were no people inside the rocket. You might think, why send an empty rocket to space? Well, it was a super important test flight. The plan was for Soyuz 2 to meet up and connect or dock with another spacecraft, Soyuz 3, which did have a cosmonaut inside. This was a really tricky thing to do in space, like trying to catch a baseball while you're both floating. Even though the final docking part of the mission didn't work out exactly as planned, the launch of Soyuz 2 on October 25th was still a big success. Scientists and engineers learned so much from it. They learned more about how to control a spacecraft from the ground and how to get two ships to meet up in orbit. Every mission, even the ones that don't go perfectly, helps humans learn more about traveling in space. Soyuz 2 was an important step on the journey to building space stations and going to the moon and beyond. Wow, what an amazing adventure through time. We saw a surprise battle with longbows, a super brave charge, the birthday of a wacky artist, a message that traveled at lightning speed, and a rocket ship blasting into space. October 25th is a pretty awesome day in history, right? It's so cool to see how many different kinds of things can happen on the very same day, just in different years. History is full of so many incredible stories and secrets. Thanks for exploring history's secrets with me. I had so much fun traveling in the time machine with all of you. From knights in the 1400s all the way to rockets in the 1960s, we covered a lot of ground today. I hope you guys learned some cool new things and had a blast doing it. Learning can be the best adventure of all, especially when it involves time travel and epic stories from the past. Now I have a question for you. Which October 25th fact surprised you the most? Was it the muddy battle? The brave soldiers? The crazy paintings? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to read what you guys think. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome adventures. We have so many more places and times to explore together. See you next time. Bye.